Shall I be on that wall?
No.
Then you go first.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, ThirstTrap. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, ThirstTrap.
Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Clickbaity, Political Thirst Trap. I am one half of your dynamic duo of hosts, Marcus Farrell, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia, sitting right now all the way live in the middle of Park Cannon's district, the superhero leader that just wants to do things like make sure that my black ass has a right to vote. So we're going to get into that in a second, but I'm coming to you live from Park Cannon's district. That's what I'm going to call Atlanta. Atlanta today is Park Cannon City. And I'm here with my dog, Mondale Robinson. Mondale, how are you, my brother?
What's up, man? I'm live from hell. Can't you tell?
That's right. Looking pretty clubbish there, man.
Nah, it's not a club. It's a VIP situation. Lounging by myself.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Listen, I'm not trying to shame you. It look like you're in a very enjoyable place where you have like lights and stuff changing colors behind you, my man.
You know me, man. I'm on some selfish shit right now. But yeah, all of that.
Yeah. Now I seen your little snarky ass text messages today. Notice I ain't yell at you. You were waiting for it too.
I was just harassing you, bro. That's all.
It didn't work. See, I'm in my zen space now. Like you can't even make me angry anymore. but I tell you what can make me angry, and that is the new voter suppression laws. The new and everybody wants to say it's civil rights era laws. No, this is post-Reconstruction types of laws that they're trying to pull here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been following this very closely. Organizations that I used to work for, a lot of people that I currently work with or have worked with in the past basically my whole political family is up in arms right now because of the nonsense and the draconian post-Reconstruction type laws that the Republicans have passed and Brian Kemp signed last night. And to her credit, local hero and my state representative, like it's interesting in politics. I'm doing this show, but live from the center of the political world. And it's been Atlanta, Georgia. It has been the center of the political world for the past, I don't know, 6 months. Right. So it's interesting living here during these times and seeing your state representative get arrested for trying to. She got arrested for basically just wanting to be in a room and let these white men who are signing these draconian laws to, look them in the eye. Don't be cowards. And she tried to get in the room while, in a room with other state senators and representatives, and they wouldn't allow her in the room. And almost like a repeat of the civil rights movement, they arrested Park Cannon for trying to knock on the door and trying to get into a room to see her colleague, and her colleague is a governor, to see her colleague sign a bill into action that is going to hurt the people who live in my neighborhood, in my district right now. And the imagery of it, and I know we have a video of it, but the imagery of it is just graphic to see someone that I voted for, to see someone that represents me, to be arrested, get arrested, stop these laws from getting passed. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Georgia. I'm disappointed in the Republican Party. I'm disappointed that they have to rig the deck to the point that they feel like they have to literally cheat in order to win. I mean, and petty too. One of the things in this law was you can't hand water bottles out.
Beyond petty. It's beyond petty.
You can't hand water bottles out in voting lines. Like, I mean, so
hold on. But the thing about it though is we have an administration in Georgia, a governor who said against Trump there was no fucking fraud in our election. There was no fraud. Yet and still you use the same Trump lie and logic to pass this bill or say this bill was necessary. So petty is not even the word we need to use for this. It's beyond petty what we just witnessed, man. And the fact that they were, 5 or 6 white men standing over another white man with a picture of an old plantation, a brutal plantation, speaks volumes to what's going on right now in America in 2021.
Yeah, who would have thought that Georgia would have taken it not back to the 60s, but back to the 1890s? Who would have thought that in a million years, right? But this right here, this conversation, and Park is trying, I see a CNN article, even though I know people who know Park, and I've met Park quite a few times. She got my vote. Like, to see her traumatized from that situation, that shit is violence. Like that's police violence right there. You're an elected official, and you got to run into cops who you're actively funding and stuff like that, right? You got to run into cops whose job it is to protect you, right? Not make a scene, not arrest you. And they, they're chomping at the bits. And you could probably understand these cops are perfectly fine with these laws getting signed, right? And the reason why they're fine with it is because police unions across the nation are under attack. The more that black people and brown people get a chance to vote.
Let's watch the video. Because watch how they putting the pressure on her arm. She's an elected official, mind you all, and all she was doing was trying to walk in a room where other elected officials were signing a bill.
violation. Cite the code. What is she in violation of? I want you to cite the code. Cite the code. Cite it. What are you? Cite the code. Cite the code. Cite the code.
The reason why it happened was from sheer disgust about the fact that literally we're going backwards in time rather than forward in time. And my colleague and I are, we've just been so frustrated. And I think Representative Cannon was getting in some good trouble, like the former Congressman Lewis said.
Why are y'all arresting her? Stop suppressing the vote. Why are y'all arresting her?
I know you spoke to your colleague, Representative Cannon, this morning after she was released from jail. What did she tell you?
Well, of course, at this time, she's traumatized.
Yeah.
And that's some fuck shit. Wait, she had to stay in jail overnight?
No, she got out last night.
That's absolutely ridiculous, man. The fact that an elected official, these officers are so arrogant in their way. They know they were going to be on TV, bro.
Listen, man.
They still,
I know this is Friday, but my inner African, all 85% of Ghana and Accra and the Sahara blood that I have is boiling right now watching Representative Cannon, who I just got a text message. She was scared to death. Watching this is violence. And it's a power move to belittle Black elected officials, Black women. It's a power move. This is to intimidate us. See, so now they're inside that room creating draconian laws to intimidate us at the voting booth. And now they're literally outside the room also doing the same thing. I thought the Capitol should be a place where when it's the first thing that happens is you don't get arrested if, wait a minute, aren't they in session? You're not even supposed to be getting arrested if you're in session. So, look at this. It's this imagery right here is what they want to see. We are white men. We are strong. We are powerful. And we will take you out. And we will hurt you. And we will hurt your leaders because we don't give a damn about you.
Yeah, I think
this is my
anybody that's
Mondale.
calm watching
Sorry.
this, it's scary, man. This shit is scary to me.
You're not even supposed to arrest people, arrest state representatives. Shout out to New Georgia Project. Arrest state representatives. You're not even supposed to arrest state representatives when they're in session. See, I don't even trust two white men with a Black woman in handcuffs. Y'all find somebody, y'all find a Black woman. Georgia police, y'all find a Black woman before y'all put two white men in an elevator with a Black elected official that's a woman again. We need to change some policies. That can't happen. I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. I know it's Friday, y'all. I know we normally.
That's a disturbing ass story.
Yeah. I don't like the whole thing. I don't like the whole thing. And if you are a conservative and you watch that clip and you are even like, well, she deserved every single thing that she got because she knocked on a door. You non-empathy having, tiny hands, big car, overcompensating, trying to shoot guns, AR carrying, weak
membership. Don't forget Klan membership.
Klan membership without the hoodie ass, can't win fairly, so you have to cheat to make it your way. And see, here's the thing about this law. Because I want y'all to understand something. Black people are resilient. Brian Kemp thinks that what he's doing right now, because he can't purge the way he used to purge anymore. They've lost those lawsuits. I want America to understand that, right? They've lost those lawsuits. They tried to purge us all the way, and then we just came back stronger. So that tactic doesn't work anymore. They can't just purge us. So now they're trying to make it so we just have a tough time. But see, here's the thing. These laws, they ain't gonna do nothing but piss off people, because we're gonna figure out a way. Black people are resilient, man. We're resilient. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a Georgia citizen, like you know what? If you see a drop off because of these laws, I'd be surprised. This is the kind of shit that actually amps us up.
And it's good to know that
work harder.
You know, it's good to know that Black Voters Matter, Rise, and New Georgia Project has already sued them for this law already. There's already been a lawsuit filed against them.
Yeah. So that's what's happening in Atlanta, in my district. I am walking distance from where that happened. I'm going to start adding my physical body to the fight for this one right here. I just need to make sure I got a bailout fund. Let me send one of y'all some money, man, because this is. at this point, like, stop trying to take away our votes. That's all I gotta say. And shout out to my state representative from this district that we're currently sitting in, where I'm filming this show from, Park Cannon. Shout out to you. I dedicate this episode to your work. At least from my aspect. We got some other news, Mondale. We got some other news. What we got, bro? That story is so frustrating. It's kind of sort of hard to move on, but we'll move on. And that is, that's right, Joe Biden. We'll talk about Joe Biden. Sometimes I'm a fan, sometimes I'm a foe, but let's talk about Joe Biden. The White House says Biden is prepared to issue an executive order on guns. In the wake of 2 mass shootings in the U.S. in a single week, the White House said Friday that President Biden is prepared to issue executive orders to enact gun reform, circumventing the need for a divided Congress to pass the legislation. The White House press secretary, Jen, I always forget how to say that name, told reporters in a briefing that she couldn't offer the exact time frame on when those orders would move off Biden's desk, but said they were one of the levers that we can use to help address the prevalence of gun violence and address the community safety around the country. Biden, however, made clear during his Thursday afternoon press conference that infrastructure rather than gun reform would be his next legislative priority, which led to complaints from gun activists and progressive Democrats. Biden understands their frustration. The press secretary said Biden understands their frustration and suggested that their ire be directed towards those members of Congress who are voting to block gun control legislation. We would say that the frustration should be vented at the members of the House and Senate who voted against the president, who the president supports. So, I mean, listen, executive orders are necessary. And I believe, and I strongly believe that when we are doing this, when that Democratic presidents don't utilize their executive orders the same way Republicans do them, right? And for Biden to say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna take this out of y'all hands. The NRA is virtually a defunct group at this point. They've lost membership, they've lost money, and they never lobby for everybody. When you think about the arguments that Republicans have been making in the last week about gun ownership, they don't even sound sensible anymore. Republicans used to be able to make sensible arguments about guns, but after you have mass shooting after mass shooting, and this is coming from a gun-toting, progressive, liberal, Bernie supporting Democrat. I love my guns, but on the same token, something got to happen. So, hey, look, well done. Well done, Biden. If they're not going to do it, you do it. Now, keep that same energy for reparations. Keep that same energy for HR 1. But, yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Hold on. But the tragedy behind this is, we know that executive orders are absolutely necessary when we have a Congress that won't act or are being held hostage by a fake Democrat from West Virginia. But we also know that executive orders are temporary fixes for what's really ailing and what needs to be handled permanently, because the executive order is only good as this administration. As soon as the next administration come in and they want to do something over, they can just eliminate the executive order. So this is absolutely a huge step on Biden's part, and not allowing the stagnation that exists in our Congress to be the status quo. But we also know that it's not permanent, and we need a permanent fix to guns in this country. We absolutely need smart legislation to address the problem.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've gone through this since the 80s at this point, having conversation about some version of gun reform, right? So I mean, hey, listen, it's obvious this is what I'm going to say. It's obvious that if the Republican Party of America gets their way, then bad things continue to happen. So Republicans need to suffer losses, whether forced losses. They need to suffer heavy losses, because America wins when they lose, man. And we win in a bipartisan way. You know what's bipartisan? Life. Being able to live, being able to go to a salon or a grocery store and not get shot and killed by somebody who has tiny hands, probably a very small, can't get none.
Shit, man, we can't even go to school without getting shot. You can't even go to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Church, or to the mosque, or to the synagogue. So if this country believes that it's normal that your kids should be shot when they're trying to learn English, or when you're trying to get trash bags, it's okay to be shot at, then what the fuck is going on? What does that say about our culture? And the fact that people, and the fact that especially when you see what's happening in spaces like Georgia, where they're trying to strip people's right to vote. I mean, nobody's being killed. There's been no mass murder because more people can vote. There's been nobody murdered because of our ability to expand who has access to the ballot. Yet and still, we see 235 laws to address what happened in 2020. And the only thing happened in 2020 is we had record level turnout for Black and brown voters. And that is a problem for these people. And we see that now more than your kids or my kids or anybody's kids being shot at school, or somebody's grandmother's being shot in a grocery store. If we're going to allow America to present this as a problem, voting rights is more important or more of a problem than guns, man. This is absolutely disgusting, and it's also why this democracy is cracked at best.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mandela's interesting. It's like, yeah, we're not going to pass any gun legislation, but we could, we need more bullets and definitely not more ballots. That's what the Republican Party is saying to us. But you know what? We know what's up. Trap Squad, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to this post, and go to our podcast, and make sure that you guys rate our podcast, listen to our podcast. We're on iTunes and all the major platforms. Omega level Karening out here. These white folks, listen, these white folks are some of these white folks are upset that the world is becoming a more diverse place. And we not only see it in lawmaking decisions that they make by stopping us from voting, we see it in on a day-to-day basis. Almost every day, there is a white lady doing a Karen thing, and that is so unbelievably Karen that we would get arrested for it or shot, and they get to walk away clean and never get arrested. So, Dwayne, Tunde, show this clip. We might as well just start it.
She said she got medical problem. You don't have to serve her if you don't want to.
You can't even see how I'm looking at you, sir. I have sunglasses on. You can't even see how I'm looking at you. I have sunglasses on.
Yeah, did I guess?
You just said I don't look at you like that. How do you see how I'm looking at you?
Excuse me, can you just serve her? If you don't want to serve her, let you go. If you want to serve her, If not, let you go.
Take her out.
Okay, hello, ma'am. He's not going to serve you, so please leave.
Why? Because he's a bitch-ass nigger?
No, excuse me.
Hello, that's what he is.
Hello, now you need to go.
That's what he is.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, ma'am, you need to go.
You heard it.
Let me call the cop, because this lady been Very disruptive now.
It doesn't affect me that you're not going to serve me because you're a bitch.
Are you just calling him a nigger? That's what you just said?
I'm a bitch. I can call him whatever I want.
You remember we showed last night when the white man got punched in the face, right when he said, I can't say this on stage? He was innocent compared to that woman. And that was not right, right? There's different levels to it. But the guy last night, the guy who was rapping the night before last, yeah, you deserve to get punched in the face, but because you're in a room full of black men also, right? But like, at least you're trying to be a part of the culture in some weird, awkward way that we didn't invite you to. In comparison to this woman who had kids there. You wonder where I thought they weren't making any new races, but we know for a fact that that's taught. But somebody, somewhere in the world, some woman should have popped her right in the mouth because she used it in a malicious manner. We need to find her. Has she been found yet? Because she doesn't need to be employed. Her husband doesn't need to be employed. What'd you say? Oh, let's do it. Let's run that clip. We did find her.
Why you called the gentleman the N-word?
I didn't call him the N-word.
What did you say?
I called him a term to describe his behavior.
Which was what? What did you call him?
To describe his behavior.
Which was what?
You have it on the video.
Oh, man, you know you can't do stuff like that on the internet no more.
She gonna say she didn't say that word. Oh, no, you said it. You absolutely said it. And all the ramifications you should suffer.
Yeah, and she said it, and it's been heard and streamed millions and millions of times around the world. Lady, the whole earth knows that you're a racist. So you could come down to some parts of Georgia and win a congressional seat now. Come on now. We can. As sad as it is, the whole world knows she's racist. And that looked like a big city she was in. I wonder if it was a big town. Because if it was a big city, you can't go nowhere.
Kids were mixed, which is scary to me. The fact that this woman is raising mixed kids is a scary situation to me. And it also proves the fact that just because you have sex with somebody of a different race don't mean you can't be racist.
Absolutely not. No, you could, that's fetish right there. You know what I mean? Like, people fetish all types of stuff and hate it at the same exact time. So, yeah, no. If you see, how about this right here? I don't condone violence, but because you are going to go to jail if you punch somebody in the mouth, even if they call you the N-word, right? But on the same token, feel free to do and say what you need to say. At least say something. Yes, even other white people. Y'all can say something to a woman who is spewing the hard ER. Y'all can say that. Say something, be an ally. That's how you become an ally.
I don't know why you can't go to jail for calling somebody a nigger. In this situation, that should be a punishable offense.
That's a good point. Like, I wasn't thinking about that. Like, is it self-defense almost? You know what I mean? Like, is a punch in the mouth after someone calls you the hard ER self-defense? It should be classified as hate speech, but can you immediately defend yourself? Because it's almost in our DNA a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's almost in our DNA. Like, some folks is like, you could get mad at me, lady, but you better not do it. Don't jump off that bridge. Again, I don't condone violence, but like if I see a person get called the hard ER by a white person, and then immediately that white person gets popped in the mouth, I got a hard time being angry with that, Mondale. Oh, we got some more news for you.
Yeah, we do. But before we do,
we got some more news.
Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me in the Marcus for America on on Instagram, on Twitter. You can find my puppy Wody Bobo on Instagram. And please follow us on Patreon, and most importantly, listen to our podcast. Make sure that you're feeling that you tell folks about this right here. Share. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, we're up here on Friday night. Please subscribe to Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Mondale, where can they find you at, my brother?
They can find me at Mondale Robinson on all platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap podcast, and also rate that podcast. We need y'all to rate it.
That's right. Okay. So Omega level Karen. Who does it? That was you, Tunde? All right. Well, I mean, listen, there is some good news, right? My Florida State Seminoles are playing Michigan. A shout out to Michigan coach Dwan Howard, former Fab Five player, also played for the NBA for a couple of years. He returned to Michigan, and he's the head coach, and he just won NCAA Head Coach of the Year.
That's dope, man. And that's huge.
And black men don't really get that. So I mean, even though we're playing his team tomorrow, it's two amazing black coaches that are going head to head this weekend with Florida State versus Michigan University. And it should be a wild one. This NCAA tournament has been the craziest tournament in the history, and I mean the history of NCAA tournament basketball. This has been the most upsets. And here's the best way to explain it. And I said this on the show the other night. ESPN does not have, only has, I believe, 108 perfect brackets left out of somewhere around 40 million brackets that were turned in. That's right. They only got 108 brackets left. So that means the highest amount of upsets in NCAA history. And shout out to the HBCUs who made it as far as they did. We got to the team round of 32 before we finally got taken out. Yeah, sports ball, a little sports ball update.
Sports ball. You can have all that update by yourself.
No, you're good at sports ball. I mean,
You still own the basketball game that you're afraid of.
I'm not afraid of you playing basketball. Man, listen, I hiked up that mountain. I got my air back. My air gonna start coming back, bro. Listen, it's gonna be on, man. I'm gonna have to put that weight on you, boy. I'm gonna have to back you up. That Barkley.
Subscribe to Patreon. Everybody subscribe to Patreon. That's the
hey, everybody, please.
One-on-one, Mondale versus Marcus. And the versus battle coming soon.
That's right. Another reminder, we need to go ahead and fix that date. There is going to be, I don't know if we could trademark it versus, I don't want to get sued by Timberland and
Oh, they don't own it no more. They sold it to Triller.
That's right. I don't want to get sued by them either. Right. But we are doing a versus type battle on Patreon very soon, where we're going to bring our top 20 songs of all time. Our top, Mondale and Marcus' top 20 songs of all time.
Marcus gonna bring some whack ass Prince music.
All right, America, ladies. Matter of fact, gentlemen. Matter of fact, anybody with common sense should officially just cancel Mondale Robinson right now. All right. I want you to clip that. Listen. Hey, listen, Dwayne, clip that part right there, because I forever have. Did you guys just hear that? Mondale Robinson said, I'm going to bring Prince's whack ass.
That is not what I said. I said you're going to bring some whack ass Prince music. That's what I said.
There's no such thing as that. Yeah, we need to go ahead and fix that. It's 8:04, man. It's a Friday afternoon edition. Y'all know we're gonna get out of here early. I got one more news story that I want to get to. Tunde, Dwayne, am I missing anything else before I go to another story? Okay. The art versus the artist debate. Where's that article?
We doing it tonight?
Yeah, it's no article. It's just a debate between you two about separating the art from art.
We doing it tonight? Yikes.
Do we need to do that? You want to go ahead and do that? It's Friday. Have you been drinking yet?
I don't think that's a conversation I'm prepared to do. Because I gotta get people the whole weekend to kill me. I'll do that on Monday. That's gonna get people the whole weekend to be like, Mondale is done.
Let's take that on Monday. We still have Trump's delusional story.
All right, that's right. Last story of the night, folks.
Let's talk about Trump hugs and kisses.
That's right. And thank you for the super chat, Jennifer Smith, my one of my mentors and my sister. Congratulations on your wedding last year. It was a beautiful event. And thank you for becoming a new Patreon member and pledging $10 a month. We really appreciate that.
Yo, Franco trying to go for you, Marcus.
What'd he say? Put Franco's face back up there real quick. Let me see. With that soul glow, super ugly ass patch on your face. Look like a critter that just crawled up on your face and took a dump, boy.
Like a dirty ass chihuahua. Look like a dirty ass chihuahua.
He just looked like he got boogers. Hey, this nigga just looked like he got boogers, my dude. Like, don't he look like he got a nose full of boogers right now? Like, clean your nose, boy.
Right. This nigga face like a whole pizza. Sit your ass down, looking like Italian food.
Been wearing that same t-shirt talking about I'm a fireman. He been wearing that same t-shirt for 20 years. Man, listen. And his eyebrows look funny too. Listen, Soul Patch. Put Soul Patch back up there real quick.
Oh, Zen Master, really?
Zen Master wants some.
With no
you can't do that, really? Zen Master. You can't do that, Zen Master. But since okay, there you go. We're gonna take out Zen Master's little comments on you, Franco. First off, what's up with your face? You look like you took a picture mid-fart, boy.
Nigga look like a question mark. What's wrong with you, boy? Your face ain't shaped right. Your eyes too close together. Your mama married her cousin. Your dad is your uncle, motherfucker.
He be fingering his ear. That's what he be doing. You get turned on, be touching yourself. I bet you sound like
small
this too.
Ass, skinny ass family tree. From a skinny family tree. Ain't got no branches on that motherfucker. Everybody related twice.
It just goes straight up. You got a family stick.
Your family tree is a switch branch, motherfucker.
Don't come over here no more, Franco. We'll get your ass. Thank you for being a good sport.
Oh my God. Who is this motherfucker?
Oh, Jeremy.
Jeremy, boom. Boy, your damn face full of the whole goddamn avatar screen. Boy, you like a black pin on button. Look at this motherfucker look like a new toy. This nigga look like a Bill Cosby cartoon.
Hey, on the real, his head is shaped like a Mr. Potato Head. Look at it. Exactly like a Mr. Potato Head. Yeah.
This nigga head is 7 shapes. How you a square and a circle, motherfucker? Who made you? Boy, you part puppy and bear.
Hey, what do you want to play with him?
He said, what do you want to play with that nigga? You like a dog chew toy, motherfucker.
Listen, y'all better slow down. It's Friday now. We got politics to talk about, but you know what? We could get into it. We ain't had a roast session in a minute there, Mondale.
You know I'm always for some dumb shit.
Yeah, that's right. Trump delusional Capitol riot defense. Former President Donald Trump claims his supporters involved in this January 6th insurrection at the Capitol posed zero threat and involved people hugging, kissing the police. Okay, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that again.
Yeah, that's the height of disrespect. Go ahead and read it again.
Yeah, I gotta read it again. Okay. Delusional Trump makes his bizarre hugging and kissing claim about the Capitol riot. I'm gonna read this one again because this is probably the funniest thing that happened on the show tonight. Former President Donald Trump claimed his supporters involved in the deadly January 6th insurrection at the Capitol posed zero threat and involved people hugging and kissing the police. Yeah.
That would be funny if we haven't lost 3 police officers and 5 other lives because of what those people did, right? Not to mention the amount of leftover trauma that those people are responsible for. So it's absolutely disgusting.
They weren't violent, yet they came to the Capitol with a fucking noose. I mean, and a real noose.
The DNC and RNC building. Like this is too fucking ridiculous, man.
But we haven't allowed Trump to keep going. But I mean, it's obvious that he's getting. I mean, you got to think about it. He was just the president last year, and for a guy like Trump to not be the president, for a guy like Trump to lose to somebody because I mean, first off, we were supposed to get tired of winning. We were going to win. You remember that? Y'all remember we were supposed to get? That's what Trump said to us. He said we're going to win so much that we're going to be tired of winning. Right? Well, that's not what happened.
Right.
That's not what happened. Yep.
It would have been burned down to the ground.
Are you
Those are the ones you have to worry about.
Are you concerned that the U.S. Capitol after January 6th has become a fortress, protecting the Capitol from the people who are supposed to actually be the ones in charge here, not the people who are sitting in the Capitol surrounding themselves by razor wire?
I think it's disgraceful. It looks for the world to watch. Absolutely. It's a political maneuver that they're doing. It was a zero threat right from the start. It was zero threat. Look, they went in. They shouldn't have done it. Some of them went in and they're hugging and kissing the police and the guards. You know, they had great relationships. A lot of the people were waved in and then they walked in and they walked out. And I'll tell you what, they're doing things they're persecuting a lot of those people. And some of them some things should happen to them. But when I look at Antifa in Washington, even what they did to Washington and what they did to other locations and the destruction and, frankly, the killing and the beating up of people, and nothing happens to them whatsoever, why aren't they going after Antifa? I watched this gentleman on 60 Minutes the other night. It was horrible what he said.
Are you talking about the former prosecutor who's prosecuting some?
Anna Hart, before we continue on this statement, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. Anna Hart, we see you. It's an unfortunate thing that happened to this young brother named Joseph. So, moment of silence for COVID deaths. We lost a beautiful soul last night named Joseph. He was in a group home. He was not allowed to transport to the hospital. Skin color played every single role. Every role. Yeah. So, moment of silence for Brother Joseph. And we appreciate you. We appreciate bringing the awareness to us, and we appreciate all the families. Shout out to all the families and all the victims who have been impacted by COVID in one way or other. We can't forget, just because we have a vaccine, that a lot of people are traumatized. A lot of people lost lives. I think every single person that I know lost somebody to COVID or was impacted by COVID themselves. So shout out to the people who've recovered. Shout out to the families that were lost. And I just want to say about Trump, man, I'm glad the guy's not president. You can thank Georgia. If y'all think about it, the insanity that happened at the Georgia Capitol with Park Cannon getting arrested was all the fallout. This is all the fallout of Donald Trump losing. This is a white man. This is a white racist man's response to what's happening to an America that in their brains they rightfully stole and plundered and built with their own hands. This is their response to it. We have to be completely aware that everything that is happening right now across the nation right now is because of Donald Trump losing. And here's the thing: this is why the filibuster must end. You want to end Donald Trump? The numbers are in our favor. You want to end Trumpism? Get the filibuster passed. I no longer
get the filibuster back. Get control of it. Get rid of the filibuster. And get DC statehood. And get DC statehood.
That's right. And get DC statehood. Get rid of the filibuster, DC statehood, and we're going to see some victories for a very, very, very long time. And also, white Democrats, y'all do not have to work with Republicans. They don't mean us well. Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin. I understand that you guys have buddies in the Republican Party, but do you see what they just did to the democracy in Georgia? Y'all they're going to easily benefit off of some Democratic bill that they want to pass, but then turn around and not acknowledge the pain and suffering that Black Georgians did to get them their victory. Man, y'all got to do something. Y'all got to pass that. Y'all got to end that filibuster. Hey, listen. That's just one of the most problematic things across the planet. I know it's Friday afternoon, so we about to get up out of here. But my thing is this right here. I want everybody. First off, I want y'all to have a happy and safe weekend. And what you got planned for this weekend, folks? What you got planned for this weekend? Let us know in the chat room, the trap room. What y'all got planned for this weekend? Have a safe weekend. Yeah, we love y'all. Trap Squad, we are out. See you Monday.
Trap Squad, 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 Trap Squad. Hey, Clickbaity political. Yeah, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent Clickbaity. Yeah. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Clickbaity, Thirst Trap. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Trap Squad. Let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Clickbaity,